Hey everybody, welcome to Geeky By Choice's LARP Reviews. I'm Guy, and as usual, I LARP way too much. Today we're going to do something different. Today, we're going to do what I like to call a LARP Spotlight. LARP Spotlights are pretty simple. They're not a full review, but they're something that I think you need to know about. Our Spotlight today is on a new game that's coming, a game called Empire 6. Empire 6 is a sci-fi Western with Expanse and Firefly theming. The premise for it is that there is a vast interstellar empire that is made up of a bunch of different species. And one day, the fuel that's used for faster than light travel runs out. So the government says, get where you're going, because that's where you're going to stay. For the purposes of the game, the players play characters that have chosen, for one reason or another, to end up at a space station called Empire 6. The game is planned to be a primarily internal game, as in inside. The management team that runs Empire 6 have backgrounds in production for TV, movies, and the like, and they plan to have an entire space station constructed. They plan for this to be an internal structure that they maintain year-round, capable of housing up to 400 players and 80 NPCs. There will be away missions where you leave the station, and those are, of course, dangerous, and fighting can happen there. But on the station, the game takes more of a parlor LARP feel, where it's about politics and investigations and mysteries and planning. I had the opportunity to attend Empire 6's Alpha Zero session, and I'm here to tell you all about it. When I first learned about Empire 6, I knew it was going to depend very heavily on two things. It was going to have very high production value, and it was going to need excellent pacing. Running a parlor LARP for 4 hours can get challenging, and to do it for an entire weekend with interspersed away missions to spice things up, it's a challenge. So when I got to their Alpha Zero session, the first thing I noticed was that I was actually pretty impressed. The setting, the walls, the technology used to interface with the world, it was just great. And this was just their Alpha Zero session. So this session tested a lot of their premises. While the setting was well done, the production value on the costuming was bar none. I have to say, even for an Alpha Zero session, I was expecting subpar costuming, but everybody brought their A games. The costuming on the different species was impressive. I was very, very impressed with the level of effort and expertise that clearly went into costuming the NPCs. From anything from a lowly mechanic all the way up to the major named NPCs that you would interact with. If the setting was great, the pacing was good. And for an Alpha Zero, good is actually about as well as you can expect for something like pacing. The game started off fast, there was a mystery, everyone got involved. But it started to flag a little bit around the middle. It's critical for suspension of disbelief in a parlor-style LARP to keep players engaged in their setting and each other. When the story started to flag a little bit, it took a beat for players to pick up the initiative and start interacting with each other on their own, engaging their own plots and plans and schemes. But it did happen, and it picked up quite nicely. We had a trial of one of the characters who had done wrong. He was found guilty, but wasn't punished to the fullest extent, which led to an intense amount of story and interaction between characters afterwards. Empire 6 intends to have an alpha season where it runs various events throughout the next period of time, refining their rules and production value. One of the biggest draws they have, and I think that they will push forward, is their integration of technology into the game, which is very exciting. But the biggest draw, I think, is going to be their setting expertise. When I say setting, I mean both the in-game setting and the set location. What they put together for their alpha session for location, the props, the decorations, it was all top-notch. I can only imagine that this management team, with the proper time and investment, will put together a top-notch game. I enjoyed this game a lot, and it was an Alpha 0 session. I look forward to playing again in February when it kicks off, and if it's something you're interested in, I highly recommend you check out their website. Empire 6 has a ton of potential. I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops, and I look forward to seeing you there as well. If you like this video and you want to see more, I recommend you like and subscribe below.